Fighting games are hard. Not only do you need to learn a whole different method of controlling a character, but the pricing, skill requirement, and time consumed are a lot for people to stomach. Much like learning to memorize all flavors of cheesecake with lactose intolerance and a sensitive bowel. However, it can be an incredibly rewarding experience when mastered, much unlike memorizing all of the flavors of cheesecake with lactose intolerance and a sensitive bowel. King of Fighters 15 is one of those notoriously difficult games. Not only does it have the infamous pretzel motion, but to just play the game, you have to learn 3 different characters, all of which must be placed in positions that suit their characters well. Do you happen to like Antonov and Ash? Well, that's too bad, as they both need a lot of meter, and they can't be played together effectively. And yet, I decided to try to get into it. So, yes, I have yet another get good challenge to do, but I've decided to make it even harder, like trying to get stiff while watching paint dry. Here are the rules. In 6 days, don't drop below rank 10. You must hit rank 14, and I have to only play ranked in training mode. Okay.
It's Garoy!
KOF 15.
Day 1 was the day I chose my team, and because I lack self-control, ended up looking like it was designed by a seasoned masturbator. Or Andrew Tate's list of people he'd only give CPR to.
Unless you're a hawk.
Wait. Oh no. Following a good few years in prison, I went over to play the tutorial, completely this time, before getting into 2 matches that were against bots, so they didn't count. After that, I decided to replace New Poison with The Godfather, and then got pounded. On day 2, I went ahead and played a few matches, and I would talk about how I got better at playing my point character Shermie, but it's really hard to show when she's eating more leather than an e-girl's simp. On day 3, my losing streak kept getting longer and longer, similar to the length of time a Valorant player hasn't touched grass for. Funnily enough, the length of time I even played kept getting smaller and smaller, just like my enjoyment for the game. Usually, I don't mind losing streaks, but this one felt especially hopeless. I don't even think I played more than 1 game. If there was any time to quit, it would have honestly been then. I switched my roster yet again, changing the Mafia boss into Diet Ronda Rousey. She had less ranged options, but was a lot easier to play than the Sopranos. With that change, I was also able to better think through my matches, as I had to devote less time to thinking about moves and inputs, making the games feel more like chess than hack and slash beat 'em up against my controller. But be that as it may, just like the characters in American Pie, I was still yet to score. Call it being indecisive, or maybe just me not being a pedo, I went ahead and swapped my roster yet again, this time changing pedo bait to a fully grown adult. She appeared to be a rushdown with some really solid potential in footsies, which did tone the aspects of To Catch a Predator that I did enjoy, that being her massive range, but sort of covered it up with the ability to fight really well up close. I spent most of this day in the training lounge, like I was Rocky Balboa, but I still haven't put a single win on my name. Today was the day all of my training paid off with my first win, so I pulled up my big boy pants, shredded into the next match, and immediately proceeded to get beaten into a pulp by, like, seriously, what even is this man? I still had a little fight in me left after that, but because that game made me derank to rank 9, this was the first challenge that I had actually failed. While it may not be a Goinmul game, it is certainly difficult to get into. But despite its difficulty, I did truly enjoy the challenge of having to learn 3 complex characters. The designs are super unique, and the kits, although some do seem similar to characters in other franchises, are all relatively fun to play. If I had to rank it, I'd give it a 30-hit combo out of 50. Seriously though, that was an absolutely diabolical combo. Whoever invents that should be absolutely eliminated, exterminated from this planet. You should